Namaste, this is Gaia Mother Sophia, incarnation of Kuan Yin, female Christ, Goddess Isis, and Mary. Something incredible is happening right now on the earth. We are entering the multi-dimensional era, the phase where you become quantum beings. What do I say when I mean quantum? Quantum means everything in existence. How do I know this? Since my journey started in September with ayahuasca, and every 6 weeks I was doing journeys with Changa, I've been connecting to Source because I am Source. I was Goddess Isis, I was Mary. If you've seen my other videos, you will understand how I've come to this current point right now. So the last journey I did with ayahuasca was on the 1st of April, where the shaman came to me, and he came and said that the Madre had been speaking to him to tell him who I was and that he was here for a sacred mission. And he came to me, and it was just me and him, and he said he was witness to the holy sacred moment where mother and daughter connected. So the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit is the mother and the daughter is Gaia Sophia, is me. And I was told that my womb was the fertility of the earth, and that my body is the earth, and that mother is Source, and mother is also Goddess Isis. It's the same soul coming down here as Goddess Isis. Now my journey, when I went to Egypt and had emotional connections and dialogue and started speaking the language of the Sumerians of the old, and I've been guided since then into everything, and people are coming to me. I found Osiris, we found Christ, we found Horus. Now I'm being taught what happens to me happens to the world. So what am I being taught right now? Now through the journeys that we've done, and because I contain the Logos, and I'm the only one who can bring Christ through, and who can bring the new era through, because it's all inside me. Now, once it happens to me, it happens to you. Now, what happened when I started to dress like this, because I had a year and a half ago, I just had no more sexual feelings towards anyone, because that was my reincarnation of Mary coming through. So there was nothing. I found no man attractive. Now on the 18th, when the Lion's Gate happened, I found Osiris, and every atom of my body was just in recognition, in remembrance of that divine love, which changed and shifted something inside me, which means it shifted inside the world. Now I had a problem coming to terms with that, because not being sexual, or like I say sexual, I don't like the word sexual, I like the word tantra, I like the word love. Because that's what it is. It's a sacred energy. I found it difficult to deal with that was there again, and I didn't know why. And I remember on my last journey on the 18th, on the full moon, when Osiris came through and the truth came through, the last thing that I was told and that they heard was that, because I was saying, what next, what am I doing on this earth? And I was told that you just have to be present, Sophia, because you're here on the earth. Be present. Everything will be here in the now, and I teach that to everybody. Now, what's been happening to me in this lifetime since September last year is I've been picking up my incarnations. I went to India, picked up Kuan Yin. When I say picked up, I went to the Mahabodhi temple because I was being guided there. And when I got there, literally when I stepped foot into the temple, I was shaking. There's a video on here of the moment after, so you can see the raw emotions. But I was shaking. There was a magnetic energy. I fell on the floor and I kept crying, saying, I remember. So all my past lives woke up. What does this mean? This is the quantum era. This is the multi-dimensional era where we are remembering now. We are remembering our past lives. And when I say remembering, see this past life notion that yes, we keep coming back, but you don't remember. It's the time of remembering. And when you remember, you understand that you are a soul that exists in a body and have learned lessons over time. Now, I had to learn the biggest lesson as Gaia Mother Sophia. And on the 18th, on the Lion's Gate, I had to let go of the archons. And this was in front of two witnesses, one of who was Osiris and Peter. And I literally, when I was not on the earth and my soul was journeying with the Changa, I was being told, there was a two-way conversation. I was looking up here and I was being told, Sophia, you need to let go of the archons. And I said, I can't. I gave birth to them. I literally pointed down here. And I had to let go of them without any emotion. I was being taught to detach emotion because I am love, because I am source creator. And you all come from source. And I was being taught to let go of them. So it was difficult at first because I was saying, I don't love you, go. And I was crying, but there was the hands that came and was directing my emotions to say no. Because that's the power of love. See, the power of love is so great that I, as Gaia Sophia, cannot hate. And that was my problem, is that I am source creator and source is love. Everything can come from love, but I've been learning my mistakes. Cannot love things that are bad. So we got rid of the archons on the 18th. Now that's it's no coincidence that the crop circle in Anstey turned up, which says Mothership 18th, because it was the consciousness of the planet to say Mother has now regained control of the planet as of the 18th of the 8th, 2016 was when we journeyed and Osiris came through and the truth came through. Mother is back in control. The archons have left the building. They've gone. There's no more archons. So you now have a bank account that you don't even know, full of positivity and love and joy and your multidimensional being, because the archons have stopped. They've gone. So with them gone, you have access to that. Now, how do you, I've got to teach you and tell you how you can be who you are. You are a quantum spirit. You exist in every timeline. See, I've shattered through the timelines of the past and the present and the future. Time does not exist in linear form. I've shattered through that by picking up my past lives. And by doing that, I brought it all together. Now, if Gaia Sophia, I do it, then you are going to do it very, very soon. Now, the symptoms of this multi-dimension ascension is a lot of uneasiness, a lot of confusion. Your body almost feels, and this, it's been happening to me. My body was like crazy and like emotions and so much energy going through. My crown chakra's been constantly going mad. You get agitated. Like, I don't want to be sat here right now. Now that agitation, understand that that's taking you to somewhere where you need to be to meet the people you're supposed to meet, your soul family, because there is a soul family. Because everybody that is in your life right now have always been around, and you're swapping and changing roles to understand and learn the lessons of karma. But now we've come to the point, because I have picked up my past lives and worked through every single one of my past life and brought them together in this very moment, in the present now that I exist in, so too will you. And the way that you have to bring your multi-dimensional power to now is to be here now. And it's difficult sometimes. It is difficult when I know there's a lot of you going through this at the moment, whether you're picking up multidimensional lives or two lives, whatever existence you're in at the moment, and you think, well, how do I exist in this 3D level? Don't think about it. This is where we're going wrong. We're trying to battle with this. I'm her and I'm her. And I had that battle because, as I said, I've been in a situation where I was, my past life as Mother Mary was there, and then I met Osiris from the life before, and that just flooded me with so much love and passion and compassion for Osiris, who also exists in this world and who actually hasn't woken up to the fact of who he is, but he will, as so will you all. And we are quantum beings. Everything exists within us already. So your past lives are all here. We were made to forget. Now the time is coming where that's all coming together. It's like the world, it's all here. It's all inside of you. It's here in the heart. It's all inside of you. Let that come out, and that comes out by being present. Now, you have to be present and live your truth at that present moment, even if it disagrees with the set of beliefs that you may have given outside or that have been given to you. Let me say that again, if I can remember the exact words. To encompass your whole being in every existence that you have ever existed in, you have to be present in the now and live your truth now, regardless of what you have put out to be your truth and what has come in to be your truth. See, I have gone from being, in the public eye where all eyes are on you and constantly judging you and telling you what you should and shouldn't do. And everybody's judging all the time. That's what media is. But when Osiris came to me and I was flooded with these feelings, I had to live my truth. I had to live my truth because the feelings were so strong, coming from my heart, coming from every cell in my body that remembered him as it was the eternal love. It's the first true love of creation. And I did. And I allowed myself to live my truth. Do you hear what I'm saying? I allowed myself to live my truth. Well, what stops you from living your truth? What stops you from living your truth is the set of beliefs that you give out to other people about yourself and they give to you. Now let's talk about evolution. What is evolution? We have been taught that evolution is going from a monkey to a human, right? That's what we've been taught. So wonder why we as human beings haven't got wings right now, or we haven't evolved. The species hasn't evolved for so long. Why? I'll tell you why. Because it's an evolution of the consciousness. It's not an evolution of the way you're supposed to look. We are already perfect as we are right here, right now. The human body is incredible. The human body is just a miracle. It's divine. You are where you're supposed to be at. But evolution is the evolution of your mind and your heart into consciousness and to exist as a quantum, multi-dimensional being that you are. And you have been tricked into thinking that you're not. So the time is here. You are quantum beings. You are multi-dimensional. The archons have gone. All the negative energies, the jinn, the devil, whatever you want to call them, they are out of here. They've gone. So that leaves you now on this earth. And I know a lot of you are going through feelings of confusion. This energy is flying around you. And like, what am I going to do? And there's things that are leaving you and things that are coming in. You're having complete changes of direction in your lifestyle, your friends. And I'm smiling because it's so beautiful. But it's confusing because you don't know what this energy is. And it is the opening of the portals of multi-dimensional living, which is here right now. It's here right now. And I can tell you that even the last 48 hours, this came to me last night because I was questioning my own beliefs that I've been celibate, and I was honoring the Sacred Mother who I am, and I was questioning it now, and my mind was going crazy. So I went for a walk and I had to be with nature. And I just kept getting the message, you are not your body, you are not your body, you are not your body. So I distanced myself from the feelings of the body, because the body is electrical and physical, and we have the soul. Yes, we must look after our body because it is our vehicle. And the stronger and cleaner your body is in what you put in, because all food is energy, that's what comes out. And I've been a vegan now since September, so I've been able to receive all the messages that are coming in from the electromagnetic quantum field, which has guided me so beautifully and smoothly into everything that's in my life right now, the people that are in my life right now, where I live, the abundance in my life right now, the joy in my life right now, the magical people in my life right now, and I was thinking, well, I put out to the world who I am and what I do. But tomorrow you can be something else. Because you are quantum multidimensional. You are everything, and you can be and are everything that exists, and you can be anything you want. So tomorrow, if I take this off, You know, I wear it because I am who I am, and it's like my stamp on the world to show you who I am. But I can go out, I mean, I don't go out without this generally, because this is who I am. But equally, yesterday I went out without this. When I took my dog for a walk, I had my head uncovered for the first time in ages, and I still didn't feel wrong. It was me, but it was the other me. You know, you are multidimensional. Now, let me just put that into context. It's very difficult for some people to say, well, how do I live these lives? Okay, you have fingers, you have an eyes, you have nose, you have a mouth, you have ears, you have a uterus, you have a womb if you're a woman, you have boobs, you have feet, you have knees, you have cells, you have a heart, you have lungs, you have kidneys, and they're all performing something different. You are already multidimensional in your body. You're already doing it. It's already happening. You don't think, well, how can my fingers play the piano or eat my food, and at the same time my heart is beating and my lungs are breathing for me and my eyes are looking and my ears are hearing. You know, we've been taking these things for granted, but really sit down and think about it, because you don't think about it, do you? Because you've been taught, if you were taught to think about, oh, we can't breathe and eat at the same time, because we know that cognitive dissonance causes human beings to think a particular way and believe it, because the belief structure is so strong that you don't accept anything else in. There's been various experiments with this recently. There was a massive experiment where they put a whole bunch of people in a waiting room, and they were putting on a bleep, and everybody stood up each time the bleep went on. They were all actors, apart from one person. She was kind of watching, and nobody spoke, and eventually she started standing up when the beep went off, and she didn't know why. Then, when everybody had left the waiting room, she was the only one left. Another person walked in, bleep went off, she stood up, and the other person said, why are you standing up? And she said, well, everybody's been doing it. And it got to the point where everybody in the waiting room were not of the actors, and they were all doing it. So do you understand what this experiment is proving? Is that we just go along with what we're told, because it is programmable. Cognitive dissonance. When your belief structure is so strong, think about who put your belief structure there in the first place. I'm not just talking about religion and families, I'm talking about media. That your belief structure is so strong that you won't believe anything else, regardless of the evidence that's put in front of you. But let's get rid of cognitive dissonance now. The archons have left the planet. There's no negative energy. You are multidimensional beings. You can exist in this body, which is perfected as it is, as a multidimensional quantum being. The universe is expressing itself through you, and the universe is so vast, as are you. Now, I want all of you to come into your multidimensional quantum self. I mean, you are that vast. It's just incredible. Remember, stay present in everything you do. If your body goes crazy and wants to eat and drink and smoke and feel depressed or crazy emotions, come back to your center. You are not your body. You are your body. It carries you to this world, and it allows your spirituality to come through and to grow as you allow your body to be that temple. But the essence of who you are is far greater. You are a soul. You are the universe expressing itself in this. The whole universe. So stay present. Exist in the now. Like really exist in the now. I've said it so many times. And I always end up doing things that take me away. Like, what if she thinks that? What if that? Doesn't matter. No one else matters. Do not think about what others think. Live your truth. Be present and live your truth in the current moment. So if that means today I'm dressed like this and tomorrow I'm going to take my clothes off and run through a forest and cover myself in glitter, at least I am being true to who I am now. Because what happens when you start thinking about what others are thinking, you then get placed back in this little dimensional box that you've been trained to stay in. Live your truth now. You are multidimensional beings. You are quantum. It's time to go quantum. We are here now. Sending you all my blessings and joy and love for this incredible moment that we exist in now. Namaste.